Hello everyone, this is Selkek, also known as Paul Elliott, back again in the Garry's mod. And this time, we're gonna be building a UFO flying saucer thing. So the way I've kind of envisioned my build is a platform of sorts that kind of levitates in the air using thruster power, and you can use the controls to turn it and kind of make it drift forward, and that's that, yeah. So I'm gonna be using a big plate. I want a nice big UFO, and let's just freeze it up in place here. Okay, we want to be able to walk under it, but not have it too high up off the ground. And right away, I'm going to kind of denote where the middle is. Okay, so the middle is right there. We want this bam to bam. Okay, and I had set it to weld. Yes, okay. So that's the exact middle, and that's where we're gonna put our chair. Chair, hop it along, straighten it out. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Bam, 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 bam. This is where you're gonna sit, and we're just gonna be like boo doo 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 flying around. Okay. Show thruster power is a wire tool and thruster. We don't want it to fly because it's a hover thing. So we need to find out a good thrust force to use. And the only way to do that is to experiment. Okay. Advanced pod controller. Ooh. No, don't sit. Snap that right in the center. Okay. Wire tool. A goes to space. A goes to space. These are the vertical thrusters, so we're gonna use the space bar. A to space. A to space. And A to space. Okay. So if we sit down and push the space bar, we float. Okay. And it's really well balanced, which is surprising for my first try. Now, I don't want it just to like fly away. So I'm gonna be, where's the thruster? I'm blind. Thruster. I'm gonna be knocking this down pretty low, and I'm gonna have thruster there, thruster there, thruster there. Didn't mean to jump off the edge. And a thruster there. So wire A to S, because that's backwards. A to W, and now we need to, when we push D, we want to be turning right. So it's the opposite side. So A to D, and A to A. Okay. Let's try this. So, up in the air. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is an issue. So, the way we're going to fix this is by grabbing thruster and popping extra thrusters on. This should be A to A and A D. So now, yep, we should stay level. And we are drifting quite badly. So we'll land. We're heading for the sky platform. Okay. So, the turn is a little too much, so I'm just going to turn these off. I'm going to keep them attached though, because they're weight to balance it out. We need to keep this even. And so, this works. This is nice, but it's not anything fancy. I mean, it's a flat thing with some thrusters attached to it. So we're gonna make this a little fancier, and we're gonna do that by just adding more thrusters because that's how things work. Okay, so we're gonna have a thruster there, thruster there, a thruster there, and a thruster there. Now these are all pointing down, so if they all activated at the same time, they would do the opposite of having the ones on the bottom, but we're not going to have them all active at the same time. These are going to be used to correct things like tilting or rolling or whatever, so that we can change our angle. Instead of just turning, we can now pitch and barrel roll or whatever. Excuse me. But that would be fine and dandy, but we're running out of buttons to push. I mean, that's 4 new thrusters to control, and we've already used most of our things, most of our handy keyboard controls. We don't want to add too much complexity, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire up some gates using the GPS, no, not the GPS, the gyroscope. The gyroscope detects angles, and so if we wire up the gyroscope properly, we can have it fire thrusters when it needs to. So I'm going to do that off screen because I'm not sure how long it's going to take me to figure it out, and then I will come back and I will explain what I have done. So, back in a transition fade. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see I have some basic stuff set up. Here is the gyroscope. Right now we are perfectly level along the pitch and roll axes, and the yaw is 90 because that is forward and we are turned 90 degrees that direction. So what I have are 2 values, -10 and 10, and that is the margin of error. So this can tilt. Let's do it in this direction. It can tilt up to 10 degrees before the thruster kicks in, and it can go other direction 10 degrees before the other thruster kicks in, and it does the same in this direction as well. And that's done by having a greater than or equal chip, which just checks if the number here is greater than or equal to 10, and if it is, you fire that thruster, and that'll force the thing back down. And on the other side, it's a less than or equal to, set to the -10, and on this side, it's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So, theoretically, that should help stabilize itself. Hopefully, we don't get so off balance that these are required and like go crazy, but they're there if we need them. So why don't we hop in, gently back off, platform. Okay, and we'll free fall for a bit. Alright, you just heard the back thruster fire a bit. And this is what I was afraid of, is these thrusters have so much force that they're just bouncing back and forth. Okay, we can fix that though. That's not an issue. We just need to grab the thruster, and we need to take the force of the thruster down a bit. So instead of being 1500, we'll do 500 on all of those, and we're perfect. We're golden. And I just almost killed myself with my own UFO. Okay. So now we'll go up, and we'll spin. We'll fly forward. Okay, we're listing to one side. Those thrusters fired. Okay, so yeah, that's something that'll happen. If we clip something that puts us on an off angle, the thrusters will fire. Alright, let's see if this will eventually slow us down and stabilize us. Alright, I'd say that's pretty good. That one should fire off soon. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so the -10 to -10 is a pretty wide margin of error. But it seems to work just fine. Coming in for a landing, and there we go. This is my floating UFO platform that is capable of hovering, of going in any direction, up, down, turning, and with a built-in stabilization system that does its job not perfectly, but good enough. It would be kind of boring if the thing was like always perfectly rigid and like it never did. This gives it some sort of natural flowing motion, and then it like starts to straighten itself up if it starts to dip too much in any one direction. So there you go, guys. Little UFO platformy thing. Wasn't as difficult as I imagined it was going to be, and this is not the most elegant solution, but it's a fairly straightforward one. So, yep, if you got any suggestions on things you want to see me either build or try to build, like this UFO platform, just leave me some comments, and I will build stuff. That's it for this time, guys. See you guys next time.